And we are live. Let's go live in five, four, three, two, one. Welcome back, Wayfarer. Frank Monday coming at you once again like Finnegan. Central Kingdom of the Celestial Dragon, Twilight Zone Old P King here, far behind the bamboo firewall. Let's check that. Hello. Hello. Not exactly sure where the audio is coming in from. I think I said it correctly, but we'll see. Time will tell. Let me do the feedback loop check. Check. Mic check. Going live in five, four, three, two, one. Time for time to go live in five, four, three, two, one. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things visible and invisible, master of both the light and of the darkness. He who was, is, and shall be. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Please send us one of your divine spiritual agents, our holy guardian angel, to protect and guide us through the innumerable snares of the earthly sphere, and a cleansing wind to disperse all negativity and endless human opinion. Teach us those secret things which we must know for the completion of the great work and the glory of thine ineffable name, Adonai. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. Amen. Remember, O neophyte, goodness alone is power, silence is strength. Will regaineth omnipotence, and love lieth at the foundation. If it's your first time, don't let it be your last time. Whoever you are, wherever you are, and whenever you are receiving this transmission, we're going to do a free tarot reading for the collective here. I got the cards ready. 1, 2, 3. Let's get ready to rock and roll with these bad boys. All right. As above, so below. As within, so without. As above, so below. It's just the way things go. Ooh, the cards are showing a little bit of resistance on that shuffle. We'll see what's going on with that here in a second. We'll try to figure out why that is. Just a real quick one, guys. Real quick and easy tarot reading for the collective. I hope you are doing well out in Happy Land. It's good to see you, Wayfarer. Let's get that microphone right up there underneath me where you can see it. Let's get ready to rock and roll with these things, huh? What do you say? Me and you doing a little tarot reading for the collective. Once again, like Finnegan, make sure you guys check me out on www.buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. Pull a something in the tip jar. That'll put the lead in my pencil, the pep in my step, and the jelly in my donut. That way I can keep doing good magic for all y'all good-looking, sexy people out in Happy Land. It's me and you guys getting into it. All right. Heaven and earth, divine spirits, and ancient masters, your son has a question. I'd like to know the general energetics around the moment and get a tarot reading for the collective here underway on October 3rd, 2025. First card we're going to draw, is a bit of loss and hardship in the area of the heart, right? You guys know this one, the Three of Hearts, the card of the broken heart, right? It's kind of a thing, man. I see troubling times a little bit for some of you, though not too severe, but there might be a kind of a breakup coming in a relationship or career or even health, some temporary losses. The advice here is to be on the lookout and to be gentle with yourself, right? Are we still connected? Yeah, be gentle with yourself, Wayfarer. Don't take this loss and this hardship too serious, right? It's in the long scheme of things. Look, my connection broke again. Let me see if we're still connected. No, it looks like we're good. It popped up. All right. I think we're doing good. Let me see if it works this way. Don't know if it's going to. Yeah. All right. I think we're still good. Yeah. So the advice here is you should seek support in your family and friends and with those people that you trust, and know that things aren't going to be the end of the world, and learn to move forward. You see the piercing of the heart hitting hard at home to something that to you. So even though it shows this emotional turmoil, it's still a type of like shout out or rejoicing in joy and friendship and emotional resonance. It's like getting through the hard times and thinking, okay, we made it, man. So there might be a unexpected reunion, right? Where you meet up with a circle of friends or family who can offer the support you need at this time. It doesn't necessarily have to be entirely indicative of a romantic loss or romantic hardships, but it is a reminder that love takes a village of people for support, whether you're nurturing your community or leaning into a new connection, remembering your profound worth. The three of cups means you're not alone. We see in these threes, there's almost always the indication of a gathering of people, right? Threes are expressions, groups, and growth. So this could be an expression of emotional turmoil, right? It shows that when we reach extreme highs of joy, there's also extreme highs of low and ennui, right? Let's add to it a little bit. We'll go ahead and cut and move around a little bit in the deck so we don't get stuck in a pattern. Okay, we've got the Empress coming up and ooh, the Death card. Yeah, so there's definitely big shakeups and big changes coming in to the future, right? The three is Aleph, Beth, Gimel, Daleth. I believe it's Daleth. Yeah, so it's the door, right? The door to the prime material plane, and everyone comes into the world through their mother, right? So this is the third card in orderation, but it's the fourth emanation of the divine light through the major arcana. So at this time, with the emperor as the auspice on the left, right, we went Keter Hokmah Bina, be in the position of Hokmah. No, Keter Hokmah. Yeah, be in the position of Hokmah. Rather than being tough on rather than being tough on yourself at this time for not measuring up, know that positive influences are all around you. Again, call from earlier readings, the Empress represents Columbia, the Divine Mother, right? The goddess of fertility and fecundity and bringing forth, birthing things into the realm. We see the shield at the side of her throne with the symbol of Venus. So she's the Venusian goddess, Aphrodite in her nightie. We see the pomegranates on her dress. Again, that succulent energy of fruits of the prime material plane. We see in the background a lush, thriving foliage of the material sphere. We see that crown of stars. She's holding up a scepter, showing her authority. She has one hand up holding the scepter and the other hand on her thigh with the fingers pointing down to the earth. So again, we see that mirrored image of as above, so below. And as the energy of heaven comes in and is received, in the foreground are the wheat. I believe they're wheat shafts. They might be corn. We see the fecundity of ripening wheat, right, or grains. And so it is a card of abundance, right? And look at what it's juxtaposed against, that the death card came up to the side of it, right? So where the Empress is like a warm hug and a green light all at once, it's a yes card, then the death card is kind of cold, right? It's kind of so we have a kind of a yin yang there, right? Like a great thing on one side and then kind of a metamorphosis or transformation or dying off of the old. So we see bringing in the new and dying off of the old. So with death, you want to remind yourself to free up from a past that no longer serves you and proceed toward a future of change and transformation, mostly in the physical sense. So death can absolutely be indicative of a death, right? But that's not ultimately the end result for all of it. It's the foreboding shadow of those things moving in and out of our lives. We see the Death Knight armored in all black, riding a pale horse and carrying what I believe is a lily, or it might even be a pomegranate. Um, I'll have to recall. And then we see all the various aspects of society falling at his feet as he moves in. The king is down. The child is begging for salvation. The maiden is already faint and ready to fall. And then the upward indicating direction of the way things are. The high priest with his mitre cap, right? The hat of Dagon. All hail the father Dagon. All hail the mother Hydra. The stars align. And Cthulhu is arisen, right? The shining trapezohedron has been revealed. We see that his cap is pointed to the twin pillars of Boaz and Joaquin with either a beautiful sunset or sunrise. If we think of it in the sense of death and the passing away from the prime material plane, then yeah, it's definitely the sunset of life. But that's also what's indicative of the long night to come, right? So rely on your fortitude at this time, wayfarer, and know that sometimes you have to let go of old things that no longer serve you. It's a powerful sign of release, metamorphosis, transformation, irreversible change. That armored skeleton, often seen in this card, riding a pale horse, is of a fallen kingdom, right? His flag holds the signals of transformation, not destruction. And again, that energy directing us and drawing the eye towards the heavenly realm, the celestial realm. So it does in a sense, right? It's memento mori. It's the 13th card. The 13th letter is M. So manifestation, metamorphosis, material world, right? It marks the end of some things, the cycles, habits, relationships, change, or identities that have outlived their purposes. Death invites you to shed that old skin and grieve if needed. Definitely, you got to embrace grief sometimes and learn to move forward. But you got to make room for the new that's coming in, right? I know it's a bit of an enigma and a conundrum when folks say you can't have the new with getting rid of the old, or we must destroy the old in order to establish the new. And in many sense, I often disagree with that sentiment. I think that we should, in fact, preserve our traditions and things of the old in order to lay those foundations of power, right? Hey, looks like we have some visitors out in Happy Land. Good to see y'all, good looking, sexy people. I hope you are doing well once again, like Finnegan. Yeah, I was just doing a kind of a little collective reading, a reading for the collective, as it were, here on the old Frank Monday channel. If it's your first time, don't let it be your last time. Let me get out the pen and pencil. I got the notebook. So XYZ, I don't believe I've ever done a reading for you in the past, XYZ. So I'd like to know your XYZ at 3:15 requested a card. I'd like to know where you're calling in from, where in the world you're calling in from, XYZ, and what is your zodiac sign? I'd like to know that. That would help me a lot. And then if you either want to state your question outright, or you can just let me feel out the energies for you via the tarot. Ooh, little bug, right? Pakistan, you're a Leo, and used to like someone. No contact. Can I know his feeling is like when he'll contact? Okay, let me give a little shout out to everyone else in the chat right now, guys. Make sure you guys go check me out at buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. So this is a bit of a love reading, right? And I'll look at the details here in a moment again. Namira, good to see you. Welcome back, Namira. Blessings to you. XYZ, 12th House of Secrets. Much love to you, beloved. Thank you for tuning in. Mushroom Coyote, good to see you again. Good to see you. Yes, always welcome to chat. XYZ, Namira, and Mushroom Coyote. Good magic. So we're gonna do a little bit of a love counseling here for wow, and the collective reading we just did. In fact, XYZ does apply to your situation, right? Like, even though things have gone bad, there's been a bit of a breakup, a heartbreak, and you're asked at this time, you're required, in fact, to transform some of those behaviors that you're asked to let go, right? And then focus on yourself, focus on the divine feminine within you. I mean, if you are feminine and you want to focus on the divine feminine, but we'll go ahead and take it a little further with a fresh tarot draw for XYZ, guys. So let's get these cards shuffled up nice and proper. Say a quick prayer to the spirits. Heaven and earth, divine spirits and ancient masters, your daughter, I believe, I'm just assuming that you are a woman, right? But I'm not sure because you asked about a man, but you might be a man in love with another man. I don't know. But I'm going to go with your daughter has a question. She'd like to know a little bit more about a breakup she had with someone. Used to like someone, no contact. Can I know his feeling and like when he'll contact, if he will, right? Yeah. Please respond to us through the system of the tarot. We will accept this response, whether it shows good fortune or misfortune. If you're willing to accept that, in the name of God on high, Adonai, so it is commanded and confirmed, so mote it be. Amen. All right, we're going to pull a card. Ooh, yeah, so we've got you grieving over that loss with the Five of Cups. But the Five of Cups, though an emotional loss, reminds you that there's something more left in reserve, that you shouldn't overly grieve. Crying over spilled milk, right, as it were. You can see that there's a bridge away from troubled waters in the background. The Five of Cups. Get out a few of my charts right here. Quick charts, real quick, guys. Five. I believe it's in. I'm gonna guess right off that it's not in Scorpio. It is, in fact. It is the first decan of Scorpio, and it's loss in pleasure. It is Mars in Scorpio. So we can see that Martian energy, right? That aggressive energy pushing into the sign of Scorpio. And also a moment ago, the Death card, I believe, is also Scorpio, if I'm correct in that. So that would be a double whammy on the Scorpion energy and really hitting hard in the emotions, right? The Death card, yes, is in fact Scorpio, and we're about to move into the time of Scorpio. So I believe that you might be seeing some resolution in Scorpio coming up really soon, which is like 3 weeks away. And we'll add to that. Can you tell us a little bit more about this sense of grieving over loss of pleasure and loss of good things in the Five of Cups? Now we drew a Page of Swords, and I'm going to double this up, and the Tower. Oh, wow, kind of a powerful thing, right? Oh my God in heaven! Wanted to jump right out of there. They're really active with the. So maybe this young man or woman was an air sign, or there may be an air sign involved in the situation, and there's been a blasting down. This could even be you if you're an air sign, XYZ. But yeah, this ultimate blasting down from the Tower. And like, we'll look a little bit at that again in a second. But for now, let's look at this big, powerful, overarching card of the Tower, right? Number 16, I believe it is Pluto in the planetary alignments. The Tower, unexpected and unavoidable force. Mars. Yeah, so again, we see that Mars energy, that Martian energy blasting into Scorpio and just kind of uprooting and unending things. But you got to remember, not only is this the Tower of Babylon and like being struck down maybe for some hubris, but it creates a dynamic awakening. You got to think about the where this is going and where it came from, right? So there was a building up of that power foundation, like I named today's transmission. And the blasting of the tower isn't always necessarily yeah, I mean, it's almost always dark, right? But it could be self-inflicted, and it may be intentional, like the story of and then in order to prevent people from getting access to his arcane knowledge, he himself detonated the tower in a huge blast. So, it shows that the individual um you've been blasted out of the tower. We see those yuds raining down in the form of dynamic plasma charges. And where's it going? Well, you're going to hit rock bottom at some point. Maybe you haven't yet, but that's where it's headed. And when it shows up, it's when this card shows up in a reading, it's a major shakeup. Lightning bolts to the ego, unexpected news, foundational truths that rock your world. So it is a card of enlightenment and awakening. That's the that's the positive thing to keep in mind here, because that fire erupts and you see the people leaping from the windows. It's absolute chaos. But in that chaos, there is a clarity, those flashes in the dark night that really wake one up to those things which are most important in life. They're, again, the reiteration of sudden endings and breakdowns and revelations and the dying away of those things that cannot be maintained anymore. It can be scary, but it's not a random thing. There's a buildup to it. There's a foundational building up, right? The folks who built the Tower of Babel were warned by God. Lao Tzu, when he built his wizard's tower, he also gave a warning, right? So the tower, it clears out the illusions and false securities and make you realize that after shock comes clarity, and after the fall comes freedom. So I honestly, in this little reading, and just take from it what resonates with you, but I don't see a reconciliation happening here. And so time will tell. Things could change. You might come back later for another reading at a later time, but that's where I'm gonna leave it for now. Blessings. Oh, after reading like that, sometimes you got to cleanse the palate, right? Let me check this chat here, guys. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Hail unto thee who art raw in thy rising, even unto thee who art raw in thy strength, who travellest over the heavens at the uprising of the sun. Tahuti, god of magic, standeth in his splendor at the prow, and Rahor abideth at the helm. Hail unto thee from the abodes of twilight. Welcome back, Wayfarer. Good to see some sexy people out there in Happy Land. I hope you all good-looking, sexy people are doing well tonight, wherever you are, whenever you are, and whoever you are. I gotta, oh, good God, man, there's someone at the fucking door. Give me a second, guys. Okay, guys, there's a delivery. There's a express mail delivery at the door. I don't know if he is going to need me to go to the door and help him or not. If he does, then I'll have to take a second here. Um, let's see what we've got here. Star Phoenix, good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're well. I'm new here. What's the rules? Star Phoenix, there are no rules, but if you'd like a quick tarot reading, then you just tell me where in the world you're tuning in from and your primary zodiac sign, and then what your question is in all caps. Yeah, try to write those questions in all caps, guys. Let's see how we're doing for time. I don't got a lot of time right now, guys. I'm kind of hanging out at a rock concert. I decided to stop by the apartment and say hello. I just wanted to tune in to dial in with everyone out in Happy Land and make sure that you know I love you guys still, and I'm still here for you. And I will be doing readings throughout the day in and day out throughout the week. So I am on a bit of a holiday right now. I've got about a week left on that holiday. Then I need to get back to work. So when I'm holidaying, I do a little more random live streaming. Can I have some cards? What do you see for me in October? Okay, Namira. Namira, have I read for you before? Yeah, Namira, I've read for you. You are under the auspices of Virgo, and you're tuning in from the Netherlands. Yeah. And last time I pulled a card for you, it looked like you had good magic going on. So yeah, let's do another one, Namira. Welcome back to the chat. Ooh, I see on the cut, I see powerful, fiery, passionate energy, lust for life coming right up. Looks like this is going to be a good, bright reading for you, Namira. Good to see you again. Yeah, I remember. I write things down. I keep my notes right here in front of me, man. Ooh, a little bit of that overriding energy of discernment is going to be needed in this one. The cutting through of things. And we'll go, ooh, cut to the magician. That's lovely, huh? You've got the power, Namira. You are the sorceress of your own success. All right, heaven and earth, divine spirits and ancient masters for Namira, your beloved daughter, please reveal to us what's beyond the veil for the month of, what was it? October. Start of a new month, guys. Really good magic. I can appreciate it. I hope you can appreciate it. Ooh, it's trying to play games. We're going to force it to cut there in the middle. I see success and rewards. Ooh, and I see the devil. Devil comes right up off the top. Good magic. I like it. So there's going to be a lot of material in indulgence and party times for you coming up here in the near future, right? That kind of what is that? That the joie de vivre of getting busy and getting out there. Now, some people may say that the devil is a bit overindulgent and that it can tend toward being a bad card, right? You see the Baphomet figure holding the flames of passion there, and a lot of folks in modern day New Age spirituality, they say, hey, you need to let go of your desires and be a Buddha and have an empty heart, empty mind, this kind of horse shit. That's not what we do in magic, man. You got to let go of your inhibitions. Anything that's holding you back right now, get out there and roar like a lion. Allow yourself, preventing you from doing that. So I see what did we fucking freeze up? It looks like we froze up, guys. I don't know if we're still transmitting. Yeah, so what I see for you is a month filled with passion, going out to dinners and enjoying yourself, maybe getting out late in the night and dancing, right? Even though it can speak to toxic patterns and addiction and that type of thing with the devil, as long as you take it easy, then you should be well, and you should be under good, powerful auspices of the Baphomet. It can point to intense chemistry and love, right? But it can also it can wax in the bad direction too, of jealousy and codependency and those types of things, right? A love that's so filled with passion that it is just absolutely addictive. So if you are single at this time, you should be mindful of who or what you're actually interested in attracting, and don't just, I mean, if you do get out there and get involved and get in it get in it to win it and do the kind of one night stand thing, then realize what it is, and don't try to put too much into it. If you're looking for a yes, no answer at this time, then this card's signaling no. But just for the general energies of of October, I'd say fucking put on your devil horns and get out there and have a good time. I mean, why not? Because again, you have to think about what's coming next, what went before. So we just saw a moment ago that prior to this was temperance. So you've already learned to balance things and you've adjusted your internal alchemy that you're at the next phase. You're ready to let off a little steam and kind of blow your top. And then it's going to lead ultimately, there's no way around it. It's going to lead to the blasted tower, number 16, which comes up next. But then that awakening of the blasted tower is going to bring forth the light of the star and hope and renewed energy. And if you continue through the cycle, it's just one stage of the cycle. So October really is that kind of harvest month, right? This represents Capricorn, which we will be moving into after. Am I right in? Yeah, the devil is Capricorn, which won't be until December. So maybe you could hold off and save those wild oats, And again, cut to the. I'm gonna put the devil underneath the magician because it really shows that the magician has power over the devil, right? He puts the devil upon the black cube of Saturn, and he's bound by the magician's will, by the Yahweh, by the Yud He Vav He, right? The name of God, the word of God, the essential word of creation. And that's what the Adonis magician has in his power. So you've got that power too. I did some good cuts leading up to the devil. I cut to lust for life. I cut to the magician, and I cut to the strength card. So again, worries, man. Let your hair down. Cast away some of those old inhibitions and just kind of go wild. Once you've done that, then you can pick up the pieces and figure out where to go from there. We can't do that kind of thing all the time, but occasionally when the devil comes up, it says, "Hey, now's the time to do that thing, right? Do that thing which you've wanted to do, but you kind of felt apprehensive of doing it." It's saying, pull out all stops and just go for it. There will be some unintended consequences from that type of thing, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I like it. So good magic to you. I hope that resonates with you. Yeah, there you have it. Yeah, I like to go out and dance occasionally, man. You guys wouldn't believe this, but I took an afternoon nap today, and I really went deep into dreamland. And I dreamed about this other tarot reader here on YouTube because she really looks a lot like my high school girlfriend. And I was like with her in dreamland, and it was such a beautiful, wonderful dream. And it brought back such special memories of a time when probably it was like not only my first love, but probably my purest, most truest love. And love lost, man. Better to have love and lost than to have never have loved at all. But yeah, kind of a nice thing, man. And yeah, so I was there and I could see like everything from head to foot, the hair, the nose, the ears, the sensual voice, talking and interacting and commiserating, coiling like the Kundalini snake around her entire starry being. Like the energy was so passionate and so real. And obviously, I woke up right at the apex of that divine nectar and was just about to, let one loose. But thankfully and blessedly, I appeared back in my consciousness just in time to cut off the indulgence. And yeah, it was a wonderful dream. What a thing. That doesn't happen all the time, man. Those kinds of really potent, powerful, spiritual, lucid dreams that take you way back. Like, I mean, think about that. I guess I was 19 at the time, and 54 now. So we're talking, is that 35 years ago, or to travel back in time and experience it not only like in absolute perfect three-dimensional detail, but to have all of the layers of the astral plane involved. So I don't know if you guys do lucid dreaming or astral travel, but when you do it, you can see things from all 360 degrees at the same time. So, like from all around, you can see them from within and from without, from above and from below. So, you get multi directional awareness. You can penetrate into them and look at like all of the molecular structure and fiber of their being. You can hear the resonance of their voice that is timeless, that reaches all the way to the timeless homeland. You can commiserate super deep on levels that you've never before experienced. And so that's the path working of the magician, to have access to that, to have access to those memories and be able to, like, get them succulent, drip by drip, as it were. It's really that powerful DMT that's released by the pineal gland while sleeping, and the body is held in abeyance. Right? It's paralyzed, but at the same time breathing and feeling, and the depth and breadth of that experience is realer than real. It's realer than this. And again, it's even though it's ephemeral, it's like gossamer webs at the edges of your consciousness. It is a kind of immortal, timeless thing. It's that realm of preforms that Socrates and Plato spoke of, from Anaxagoras and all of the great magicians of antiquity. And yeah, we're going to leave it there, guys. I was hoping for 30 minutes. Thank you for stopping by. I'm glad I had the opportunity to read for you, Namira. And I'm glad I also had the opportunity to read for you, XYZ. I've seen you in the chat before, but I believe this is the first time I've read for you. So that's a blessed thing. I did a bit of a collective reading, a bit of a reading for the collective. And I got some good magic to do, man. I got some fun things to do. So I'm going to get busy. I'm going to get busy getting busy. And I'm going to say thank you for stopping by. I remind you to please hit the like button, and then maybe leave a comment if you found something that resonated with you in this reading. And you too, Namira, you have a beautiful day, a blessed day. I'm going to finish this off with a short prayer, guys. If you know this one, say it with me. It's the invocation of total integration. Heaven and earth are the spontaneous manifestations of the subtle, wondrous universal law. As the original oneness expresses itself, gross and subtle energies become distinctly divided. Our bodily caves are brightly illuminated by the mysterious light from the three sources, our three Dantian bridge points leading to immortality. The powerful spirits of the 8 directions conjoin our being with the true origin of life. By the absolute order of the divine Ling Bao in the highest 9th heaven, send the positive energies of Qianlo, Dana, Dunkan, and Taishuan to destroy our spiritual obstacles and debilitate any evil influence. This order is given by the highest sovereignty. It is a jade oracle from the subtle origin. I invoke with strong sincerity to drive away the demons and evils and lengthen my healthy years. The attained spirits respond. The evil demon king, Mo Wang, is chained to stand as our guard and servant. The powerful atmosphere has been generated, dispersing all negativity. The chi of Tao is everlasting. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. Amen. Y'all good looking, sexy people, keep on keeping on out in the happy land. Keep doing good magic. Keep studying the great work. And I will see you in the abodes of the future. Until then, carpe diem, ad astra per aspera. Shabbat shalom, Namira. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Enjoy your Sabbath, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.